Good morning, Emperor Eagles. Happy Wednesday. You are almost halfway through the week, and I know many of you, Wednesday is a favorite day of the week. You get to do so many fun things at school, including buddies, and so I hope you have the best day today. As you know, Monday was a holiday for Martin Luther King, and I did not get a chance to read you a book about Martin Luther King last week. It was a little busy, and I had promised you yesterday to try to get to another book this week, and today is the day. So Mrs. Contenary has let me borrow one of her most favorite books about Martin Luther King, and I cannot wait to share it with you today. It is called Martin and Anne. It is by Nancy Chernin, and it is by Creston Books. So here's the cover. The Kindred Spirits of Dr. Martin Luther King and Anne Frank. In 1929, two babies were born on opposite sides of the ocean. They never met. They didn't speak the same language, but their hearts beat with the same hope. On January 15th, Martin's father, mother, and older sister beamed at their beautiful baby in Atlanta, Georgia. On June 12th, Anne's father, mother, and older sister cooed at their beautiful baby in Frankfurt, Germany. But not everyone thought Martin and Anne were beautiful. When Martin was old enough to go to school, he had to go to a different one than his best friend because his skin was dark. Even worse, his friend stopped playing with him. Martin's skin hadn't changed, but suddenly his friend cared when he hadn't before. That made no sense. When Anne was ready for school, Adolf Hitler was the leader of the Nazi Party, was elected to lead Germany. Jewish children, like Anne, were no longer allowed in public schools. Anne's family fled Germany for Holland, but when Hitler invaded Holland, anti-Jewish laws followed. Anne's schools closed its doors to her. Suddenly, her friends didn't want to play with her anymore. Everywhere Martin went, he saw signs that said whites only. He wasn't welcome in public parks, swimming pools, or restaurants. Martin didn't think that was fair. Everywhere Anne went, she had to wear a yellow Star of David that let people know she was Jewish. She couldn't buy ice cream or go to a movie. Every day, more signs blared, no Jews allowed. Her father couldn't sell to non-Jewish customers. Nazis burned books by Jewish authors. When Martin was 13, he won a speech competition talking about Black and white children playing together in harmony. He wondered if the right words could one day change unfair laws. When Anne was 13, she got a diary for her birthday. She was happy. She could share her most private thoughts with Kitty, the name she gave her journal. But soon after she began writing, the Jews were rounded up and sent to death camps. Anne and her family hid in the attic for her father's business. They had to be very quiet. They couldn't go outside, trapped in the attic, and described how beautiful the world outside was, how light could brighten the deepest darkness. At 15, Martin finished high school at 15. Most colleges were for whites only, so he went to Morehouse College, a school for Black students. There he learned about the Indian leader, Mahatma Gandhi, and how he won rights for his people using peaceful protest. Could the same thing work in America? Martin decided to become a minister who would lead his people to stand up for justice. Anne, hidden in the attic, continued her studies as best she could, and every day she wrote in her diary about her dreams for a better world. Even with all the hate around her, Anne believed that people were really good at heart. When Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her bus seat to a white man, Martin, now a minister, organized protests, marches. He gave speeches. He told people not to ride the buses until everyone was treated fairly. Martin shared his dream of a world where all were truly considered equal. His words gave people courage and strength. While Martin grew older, Anne's 15th birthday was her last year. The Nazis stormed Anne's hiding place. They arrested her family and the friends hiding with them. Anne's diary was left behind, pages scattering on the floor of the dusty attic, but she still believed in the power of simple acts of kindness. Martin won the Nobel Peace Prize when he was 35. He worked with President Lyndon Johnson to help pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. At last, those ugly whites-only signs were against the law. Only a few weeks before the concentration camp was liberated, Anne died along with her older sister. She would have been amazed that her diary, rescued by a family friend, became a bestseller. Her father, the only one in her family to survive the camps, had her book published. Actors performed her words in stage and film. The cramped rooms where she hid in Amsterdam became a museum dedicated to speaking out against hate. When Martin was 39, he was shot and killed by a man who didn't believe Black people deserved the same rights as white people. But no one could kill the way Martin inspired others. just as Anne's words will never die. Martin and Anne were born in different places, but they both dreamed that one day all babies would be seen as beautiful, as all babies are. Love is stronger than hate. Kindness can heal the world. That is such an amazing book of how two people in different parts of the world with different experiences can have the same words and hope and dreams for you growing up in a world with peace and understanding of each other. Anne Frank's book was one of my most favorite books growing up. I've read it a million times, and I've read Martin Luther King's speeches, and they do have really brave words. And one of the things I want you to hear the most in this story is how young they started writing their words down. They were 13, 14, 15 years old, just a little bit older than you guys are right now. Your words matter, your actions matter, your thoughts matter, and you too can change people for good. So make sure to use your words for the power of good. Be kind to others, be nice to others. We won't always understand everyone else, but try to be friendly and respectful as Emperor Eagles are and leaders are. I love you very much. Happy Wednesday. Always wear your mask, wash your hands, and know that I love you.